So, hello, you guys. I just got done with an interview. I am really, really excited. I'm not sure what's going to happen. And you know what? It doesn't matter because I know everything's going to be okay. And I already have a job that an occupation that I really love. But while I was in my getup, in my Halloween, well, this isn't what I wore to my interview, but I had bought this little dress. It's so cute. It has like these little cats all over it at a secondhand store. Um, but it's coming up to the anniversary of my tattoos. Last year on Halloween, I got my hands tattooed, and I have people ask me all the time about every day about my tattoos. They ask me like why, and is it henna? Are those real? and and mostly I get pretty positive responses. Um, and I I had gotten them tattooed because, and I just wanted to explain. I'd gotten them tattooed because I had an event in my life that I was really, really happy. I was genuinely at like just a pinnacle of happiness in my life, and I had gotten my hands henna tattooed for that event, and I liked it so much. I thought, okay, someday I would like to get um, I would like to get my hands tattooed instead of the henna. And last summer, those of you who have been following me for a year and a half now know last summer was a pretty transformative time for me, and I didn't share all of it, nearly all of it, in my YouTubes. A little bit more of it is in my writing, and I talk about it in my podcast. But it was so transformative that I decided to make it permanent on my hands. And so I had taken a picture over to my neighbor who is a tattoo artist, and he improvised a little. I said, well, it has to have a sun and a moon. And then, sort of at the 11th hour, was my Jesus symbol. And again, those of you who have been following me for a long time know that I had come across something that I could live with, and it was a cross with a circle. So there's my Jesus symbol. And then of course my moon, and then my sun. And I got in a fight with a curling iron. I did. I got in a fight with a curling iron, and it burned me really bad. And all I could think of, oh no, I hope it doesn't mess up my tattoo. I'm such a girl. But anyway, I just wanted to share that because Halloween will be the anniversary of getting them, and just how really great I'm doing. I generally feel really good. Not every moment of every day, but it has been such a journey. Such a journey, and I I am staying in a pretty good place for really, really extended periods of time, which is what my goal was. Um, and I was sitting, this interview just kind of popped up. I really like the job that I have, but I do an awful lot of driving, and this would take me back to where I actually live and back to my children, because I've been away from them a little bit more with this other job, um, and I guess that I have a little more. I just I'm gonna give it a year and a half before I do a major move, and that doesn't mean that I wouldn't travel or do whatever's coming at me, but an actual move, I just don't really want to leave my 16-year-old right now. I just don't. So I have some resolve about that. Even though I mean it, really living in this town is not always easy. It has been quite a challenge. When you're living in your past, you know, every day, day in and day out, something that you are trying to move past, you know, it's like moving past Vietnam when you're still in Vietnam. And that's a bad analogy because it wasn't as bad as Vietnam, of course, but um, I, it has been challenging, but I have decided that um, I'm going to stay kaputzt for now as far as any big moves. And I think that's part of the reason why my energy was so mixed about moving, that I didn't get any of those positions. And so we'll see what happens, but I just wanted to share with you guys about my tattoos. I wonder if any of you were wondering about that. Is that henna or is that ink? That's ink. And I will tell you, it was not pleasant. It was not pleasant. It was not pleasant. And the tattoo artist who was working on me has like all these tattoos. He says, well, I meditate, and I just laughed. I couldn't meditate. I couldn't. I did some kind of weird moaning. Likening to giving birth. I was giving birth to a tattoo. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll be back.